Hi everyone, Shana here with CA Bar Style. I hope you are doing well. I want to talk to you today about the COVID-19 protocols for the February 2022 exam coming up. They were just released by the California State Bar. It's October 1st, the first day of registration for the Feb 22 exam. So let's do an overview because I've been getting a lot of questions about what those protocols are going to look like. Let's begin. Number one, this is from the FAQ for the Feb 22 exam off of calbar.org if you want to read it for yourself. Will there be COVID protocols in place? Well, we knew that this was coming. So what are, yes, we will be following all state and federal guidelines. Applicants will be asked to double mask or wear a K95 and 95 mask at all test sites. So first of all state and federal guidelines, we know that within the state of California, different counties have different mandates. So for instance, in West Hollywood, to enter a restaurant or other places of open to the public, you have to show proof of vaccine. That has not yet passed in Los Angeles, but I'm assuming it will soon. And then Orange County doesn't have any of those mandates yet. So depending on where your testing site is, you want to check the local ordinances or mandates regarding COVID because those will cross over into your testing site. The masks, so you're going to have to either wear a double mask or an N95 while you're taking the test. Now, I'm not looking to get into a mask discussion. We've been wearing them for a long time, so we're somewhat used to wearing them, but to wear them all day taking a test, I think some applicants are going to have a hard time with it, especially wearing a double mask. I would love your feedback on that. How do you feel about it? Do you think it's going to, be something that would dissuade you to not take the bar right now? Or are you just going to do it because for your own safety or others, or you're used to wearing one and you need to take the test? So I would love feedback from my followers on here on that one. If a test site goes over 1,000 individuals, this will move the exam into the state category of a large event, and therefore over 1,000 applicants in a room will require either proof of vaccination or a recent negative COVID test. So they are allowing for those that are not vaccinated, which I know is a very hot topic right now, but the purpose of these videos is really just to give the information and not to, get into anything other than that. I'm just giving the news here, okay? You will be able, if you are not vaccinated, to provide that negative recent COVID test. So I was getting that question, well, I'm not vaccinated, provide a test, and you will be able to do that. We will be requiring distance between applicants. Great. I remember when I took the test, people were very close together. I didn't like that, and that was pre-COVID time. And now with COVID going on, and especially it's also flu season during that time, why be so close together? I want my own space. I think applicants want their space, especially nowadays. So I think that's a great thing to help you focus as well. And there'll be space at check-in and between applicants at the test center tables. Okay, so really nothing shocking there. I anticipated that applicants were going to have to wear masks in person, show some proof of vaccination or COVID-19 negative testing. So I don't think, this is, somewhat of the world we live in right now. I don't think that anything there is, I do think that I am a little disappointed in the fact that they're not going to have a remote option. They go into, if I am immunocompromised, can I take the test remotely? And they flat out say it's not going to be possible for anyone to test remotely for the Feb 2022 bar exam because the bar exam relies on test material developed by the National Conference of Bar Examiners, otherwise known as the NCBE. They are not allowing remote testing with their materials. The exam will be administered only in person. So if we have a winter surge or a new variant, which they do bring up in the FAQ, I think we could see a change of this. Maybe then the NCBE will be as flexible as they were last year in the last 3 bars in giving some form of online multiple choice. But right now, as it stands today, 2021, they are not going to make any of those questions available online, and therefore the exam is going to be in person only. So no remote option, and I think that will dissuade applicants, and I would love your feedback there as well, because not everyone is 100% comfortable being in a large room full of people. Now, you can request, especially if you compromised, to be in a private room, okay? So the deadline to apply for that is January 3rd. The deadline will not be extended, so that's a long time. Now, for those waiting for those July results, you still have a long time because results come out, I believe, November 12th, so you have a long time to petition for that private room. I'm assuming they're not gonna have many of them. You're gonna have to really prove why you should be granted a private room to take the test. And that is pretty much all that it says. It also says if public health conditions change and public health authority relevant to the testing center locations, sorry, I lost my spot, issue different mandates for in-person gatherings, we will update all applicants for the FEB exam accordingly. What that means is if there is, again, a winter surge, I really hope we're on that tail end, but again, you never know, as we've seen. Then they will potentially make the exam online again, or maybe they'll postpone it again. I really doubt that's going to happen. I'm pretty confident we're going to have a February exam in person with these COVID protocols in place. So I think that should clear up any confusion. Really, the only thing up in the air is if there were to be some sort of change in the numbers of COVID cases in California or in the individual counties where they would not be able to allow for in-person testing. But I'm praying that's not the case, that everybody is going to take the FEB exam that plans for it. And of course, here at CA Bar Style, we're so used to pivoting at this point through this pandemic. We'll be here every step of the way, and I will keep making these videos for my audience. Thank you for following. I really appreciate it. To let you know what's going on, because you can't make an informed decision about your preparation if you don't have all the puzzle pieces together. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, I assume there's going to be a lot of feedback. I really want to hear about the masks. I want to know how people feel about wearing either a double or N95 mask during the whole test, and just whatever other feedback you have or you want to hear from me. So have a wonderful day, and I hope that was helpful. Be well.